On January the 23rd in 2012, Charles Williams broke into an Oklahoma City home and stole over $1,000 worth of belongings. This did not turn out to be the perfect crime, however, as before Williams left the scene, he suddenly had the urge to evacuate his bowels. Luckily for the family whose house he was robbing, the thief used the toilet rather than the floor. Although it soon flushing proved a bit too much effort, just leave it in there, why not? When the family arrived back home, it was the children who made the unpleasant discovery, and sadly, flushed away the evidence. That's why you should get kids watching CSI nice and early. But Williams hadn't gotten away with it though, as it was not that he was too lazy to follow the correct toilet etiquette, but he also couldn't be bothered to put his used toilet paper in the bowl. This man needs to learn how to use toilets, and it was his DNA that eventually led to his arrest. If you're going to commit a crime, then you better get a good disguise. But I mean, what if there's nothing close at hand and you're too lazy to go and buy one? Well, this was the case for Matthew McNally and Joe Miller, who in 2009 was spotted attempting to break into an apartment in Carroll, Iowa. Witnesses stated that the men had tried to conceal their faces by scrawling a beard and a mask on them with a magic marker. Once police pulled over a car matching the suspect's vehicle, the fact that their faces resembled a child's colouring-in book made them quite easy to identify. An addiction to social networking sites can be pretty problematic, especially if you're too lazy to log out of sessions while away from home. This is what got thief Nick Wigg caught, as the Minnesota criminal had decided to check his Facebook page in the middle of a burglary. Probably could have waited till you got home. The homeowner, James Woods, returned and was shocked to find that not only had his house been ransacked, but Wigg had left himself logged into his PC. This ultimately led to the thief's arrest. Afterwards, spotted him in the street and recognised him from his photos. Oh boy, a real catalogue of errors there. If you're going to rob a bank, and I wouldn't recommend it, but if you are going to rob a bank, waiting around for tellers to fill up containers of money for you can be pretty boring, right? So for the lazy thief, why not phone ahead and have everything ready? This was the idea of one Albert Bailey, who phoned the bank he was intending to rob and informed them to have $100,000 ready for him. Naturally, the staff locked the doors and called the police, but Bailey's associate was already inside. He handed over a note and a briefcase, which to put the money in, which the teller filled with $900. He wanted $100,000. He's not going to be happy, but as soon as he left, police then chased the robber to a nearby car where Bailey was waiting. Both were arrested on the spot. Falling asleep at work is never advisable, but for some professions it can be a lot worse than others. Being a criminal, for example, is a bad job for taking long naps, and yet it's not unheard of. Florida resident Dion Davis decided to have a lie down while he was ransacking a house. He was later found asleep by police on a bed, next to his bag of stolen jewellery. While Mark Smith from England had taken so much vodka and Valium before his home burglary, halfway through the robbery he decided to crawl under a bed just to sleep it off. He was so out of it that police couldn't wake him up and had to drag him away, still clutching the gold earrings that he stole. Honestly, if you're tired, just sleep before you do it, otherwise you'll get yourself into quite a lot of trouble.